Hi, Kinders. We are going to start learning about outer space in science class, and I know a lot of you already know a lot of interesting things about outer space and about the planets and astronauts and stuff. So it'll be fun to learn more about all this with you over the next few weeks as we study space. So I'm going to share this book with you, my first book of planets, all about the solar system for kids, so we can learn a little bit more about the solar system and outer space. The solar system. You live on a planet named Earth. Earth goes around the sun, and the path it takes is called an orbit. Earth is part of the solar system. The solar system has the sun in the middle and lots of big things that go around the sun. Planets are big ball-shaped objects that move around the sun. Our solar system has 8 planets. So here they are. Here's the sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the Earth is the third closest to the sun. The four planets closest to the sun have rocks and ground you can stand on. These planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. The 4 planets farthest from the sun are much bigger and called giant planets. They are mostly made of gas, like what fills a balloon, so you can't stand on them. These planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So we have rocky planets and the gas planets, the giants. The sun. The sun is a star. A star is a huge ball of hot glowing gas. There are many stars. You can see some in the night sky. Stars are much hotter than fire. The sun is our star, and it is very special. It is the only star close enough to keep us warm and give us lots of light. The sun is gigantic. 1 million Earths could fit inside of the sun. The size of Earth compared to the sun is like the size of a mouse compared to an elephant. So as big as Earth seems, really the sun is much, much bigger. The distance from the Earth to the sun is about 150 million kilometers, or 93 million miles. That's really far. In this book, we will say how far other planets are from the sun by using the distance between the Earth and the sun. A day is the time it takes a planet to spin all the way around once around the sun. A spin around once. A year is the time it takes a planet to go all the way around the sun. So the Earth is both spinning, and that makes the day, and then it's also orbiting around the sun. Mercury. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun and the smallest. It is a rocky planet and mostly gray in color. Mercury has almost no atmosphere, the gas that can surround a planet. An atmosphere lets people, animals, and plants breathe, but there's nothing to breathe on Mercury. In the daytime, the ground on Mercury is hotter than an oven. At nighttime, it is much colder than a freezer. Sometimes you can see Mercury in our night sky. It looks like a bright star. About 18 Mercuries could fit inside of Earth, so it's smaller than Earth. Mercury is covered with impact craters that look like bowls. When a rock flies through space really fast and hits the ground, it makes a crater. Venus. Venus is the second planet from the sun. It is a little smaller than Earth. It has a solid rocky surface, or ground. Venus spins the opposite way compared to Earth. Venus has an atmosphere that keeps it warm like a blanket. The ground is very hot. It stays hot all day and night. Venus has a lot of clouds. If you stood on Venus, you would not be able to see the sun because of the clouds. So think of a foggy day, but on Venus it would be much, much, much more foggier. Sometimes you can see Venus in our night sky. It looks like the brightest star in the sky. And it's a little smaller than Earth, and it has 0 moons. And we should look, Mercury has 0 moons as well. Earth. Hey, we know Earth. Earth is the 3rd planet from the sun. It is our planet and our home. We live on the biggest of the 4 rocky planets. For Earth, one orbit around the sun takes 1 year. How old are you? That's how many times you have traveled around the sun. So if you're 5 years old, you've been around the sun 5 times. If you're 6 years old, you've been around the sun 6 times. Earth is mostly covered with oceans. From space, Earth looks very blue because of the oceans and the white of the clouds. Earth is special. It is the only place we know of that has life. Life on Earth includes plants and animals. Life on Earth includes you. You need to drink water. All living things need water. Earth is the only place in the solar system with water ready for you to drink. That makes Earth perfect for life. And we are about 8,000 miles across, 93 million miles from the sun, and we have 1 moon. So we have to remember our planet's special because we have water that helps everyone live. The moon. A moon is an object in space that goes around a bigger object. Some planets have many moons, and some have none. Earth has 1 moon, and we call it the moon. The moon travels around the Earth. It also travels with us around the sun. You can see the moon at night. Sometimes you can see it in the daytime. From Earth, we always see the same side of the moon. Sometimes we see all of it lit up by sunlight. That is called a full moon. Other times we see part of the moon lit up and part of it dark. The lit part is in daytime on the moon, and the dark part is in nighttime on the moon. People have walked on only 2 places in our solar system, Earth and the moon. So we're trying to get to other places, but it takes so long to travel to those. There's a lot of complications. So we've had humans go up to the moon. And I went to high school at a place called Armstrong High School, and it was named after the first person to walk on the moon. And I don't know if this is a picture of them, but there's been more people that have walked on the moon, but the first person to walk on the moon was Neil Armstrong. And so he's a pretty famous American. And that's, like I said, where my high school was named after Neil Armstrong. Mars. Mars is the 4th planet from the sun. It is called the red planet. Red rocks and dust cover its surface. Look at how cool it looks. A long time ago, there were seas and flowing water on Mars. Now it has some ice, solid water, but no liquid water. So no liquid water you could drink at its surface. Mars is much cooler than Earth. Mars looks like a desert does on Earth. It has mountains, canyons, sand dunes, and plains. Lots of robot spacecraft are studying Mars. Spacecraft are vehicles that can travel outside the Earth. Some are in orbit around Mars. Others look like weird small cars and drive on the surface. So we don't have people that have been to Mars, but we have sent some different robots and stuff to explore Mars for us. And we're hoping one day to get to Mars if we can figure it all out. I'm going to stop there. I only read about the 4 rocky planets and the sun and the moon. And then next week we'll read more about the giant planets, just because it gets kind of long, but it's super interesting. So I also have on here on Seesaw activity where you can look and click on different things, and you can see like a rocket ship blast off, and you can see the view from the International Space Station. So make sure to look at that too, because there's lots of interesting videos and pictures from outer space that we will explore more. So I hope you like the first part of learning about the planets and our solar system. All right, thank you. Bye.